What's brewing in Russia's restive south? Imagine a region where ancient customs collide with modern power struggles, where a single declaration can set off a chain reaction, threatening to tear apart the delicate fabric of a nation. Welcome to Russia's North Caucasus, where Chechnya's strongman Ramzan Kadyrov has just lit a match next to a powder keg. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the region, Kadyrov has declared a blood feud against three prominent politicians from neighboring republics. But what's behind this explosive announcement? And why should the world be paying attention? The blood feud, medieval custom, or modern political tool? Picture this, a room filled with grim-faced security officials hanging on every word of their leader. Kadyrov, known for his iron-fisted rule and unwavering loyalty to Russian President Vladimir Putin, drops a bombshell. He accuses two lawmakers from Dagestan and one from Ingushetia of plotting his assassination. But he doesn't stop there. In a chilling ultimatum, Kadyrov threatens to invoke an ancient and deadly custom, the blood feud. If they do not prove otherwise, I will officially declare a blood feud, Kadyrov proclaimed, his words carrying the weight of centuries-old tradition. But what exactly is a blood feud in Chechen culture? It's not just a grudge or a threat. It's a solemn vow of vengeance, often ending in bloodshed. The custom demands that an insult or crime be avenged by killing the offender or their male relatives. In a region where honor and family ties run deep, such a declaration is tantamount to a declaration of war. But is this medieval custom being wielded as a modern political weapon? As we delve deeper into the story, the lines between ancient tradition and contemporary power play begin to blur. The accused, who are the targets of Kadyrov's wrath. At the center of this storm are three men: Suleiman Kerimov, a wealthy businessman and Russian senator from Dagestan; Bekhan Barahov, a State Duma deputy from Ingushetia; and Rizvan Kurbanov, another State Duma deputy from Dagestan. But what could these politicians have done to incur the wrath of one of Russia's most feared regional leaders? According to Kadyrov, the evidence is damning. There are witnesses, there are people from whom they tried to commission, whom they asked how much they would take for the order, he claimed, painting a picture of a sinister plot against his life. But as with many things in the murky world of Caucasian politics, the truth may be far more complex than it appears. A corporate clash. How does Russia's largest online retailer figure in this drama? Believe it or not, this tale of blood feuds and assassination plots has its roots in a corporate merger. At the heart of the matter is Wildberries, Russia's largest online retailer. In September, a shooting at the company's Moscow office left two ethnic Ingush security guards dead. This violent incident was the culmination of tensions surrounding a controversial merger between Wildberries and another private firm, Rus. But how does a business deal lead to threats of blood feuds? The answer lies in the web of relationships and power dynamics that define Russian politics. The merger, reportedly backed by the president's office in Moscow, was opposed by Vladimir Bakalchuk, the estranged husband of Wildberries CEO Tatyana Bakalchuk. In a twist worthy of a political thriller, Bakalchuk joined forces with none other than Ramzan Kadyrov to block the deal. The plot thickens when we learn that Rus is allegedly owned by Suleiman Kerimov, one of the very men Kadyrov is now accusing of plotting his murder. Suddenly, what seemed like a simple corporate disagreement takes on the dimensions of a high-stakes political showdown. Kadyrov's role, peacekeeper or provocateur? As accusations fly and tensions mount, one question looms large. What is Kadyrov's true role in this unfolding drama? Is he, as he claims, a target of assassination attempts, forced to invoke ancient customs to protect himself? Or is he playing a more complex game, using the threat of violence to assert his dominance in the region? Kadyrov's past statements add another layer of intrigue to the situation. He has previously described claims of his involvement in the Wildberries office shooting as attempts to pit entire nations against each other on domestic disputes. Yet now he stands at the center of a controversy that threatens to do just that. As leader of Chechnya, Kadyrov has walked a fine line between maintaining stability in his republic and expanding his influence beyond its borders. His latest moves could be seen as a bold assertion of power, a warning to those who would challenge his authority. But they also risk upsetting the delicate balance of interethnic relations in the North Caucasus. A region on edge, what are the potential consequences? The North Caucasus is a tapestry of diverse ethnic groups, each with its own history, culture, and grievances. Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia share borders and a complex past. Long-standing tensions, fueled by territorial disputes and historical animosities, simmer just below the surface. Kadyrov's declaration of a blood feud against politicians from neighboring republics threatens to reignite these tensions. The specter of interethnic conflict looms large, with fears that the situation could spiral out of control. As Anton Gerashchenko, a former advisor at Ukraine's Interior Ministry, ominously noted, there is a serious discussion in Russia that it could lead to a war between Chechens and Dagestanis. The stakes are high, not just for the North Caucasus, but for Russia as a whole. A major interethnic conflict in the region could destabilize the entire country, presenting a significant challenge to Putin's rule. The Russian leader has long relied on Kadyrov to maintain order in Chechnya, but could this latest move backfire? Moscow's dilemma: can the Kremlin control the chaos? As the situation unfolds, all eyes turn to Moscow. How will the Kremlin respond to this potential crisis brewing in its southern regions? Early indications suggest that the central government may be struggling to contain the situation. Reports have emerged of possible redeployments of Russia's National Guard and Interior Ministry forces to the North Caucasus. There are even rumors that army groups might be strengthened in the region. These moves hint at the seriousness with which Moscow views the developing situation. But the Kremlin faces a delicate balancing act. On one hand, it needs to maintain stability and prevent any outbreak of violence. On the other, it must be careful not to undermine Kadyrov, whose iron grip on Chechnya has been crucial to keeping the once rebellious republic in line. The Ukraine factor: how does the ongoing war complicate matters? Complicating matters further is the ongoing war in Ukraine. Kadyrov has been a significant player in Russia's military efforts, providing Chechen troops to fight alongside Russian forces. Any escalation of tensions in the North Caucasus could force him to recall these units, potentially weakening Russia's position in Ukraine. Moreover, the conflict has already strained Russia's military and economic resources. A new crisis in the Caucasus could stretch these resources to the breaking point, forcing difficult decisions in Moscow about where to allocate its limited means. A ticking time bomb: what's next for the North Caucasus? As the dust settles on Kadyrov's explosive declarations, the North Caucasus finds itself at a crossroads. Will cooler heads prevail, or will the region plunge into a cycle of violence and retribution? The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the course of events. For now, the world watches and waits, holding its breath as this drama unfolds. In the shadowy world of Caucasian politics, where ancient customs meet modern power struggles, anything is possible. One thing is certain: the stakes have never been higher, not just for the region, but for Russia as a whole. The story of Ramzan Kadyrov's blood feud is more than just a regional dispute. It's a window into the complex dynamics that shape modern Russia. As we continue to follow this unfolding saga, one question remains at the forefront of everyone's minds: can peace prevail, or are we witnessing the opening act of a tragedy that will reshape the Caucasus and beyond? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: in the volatile world of North Caucasian politics, the next chapter is always just around the corner, ready to shock, surprise, and reshape the balance of power in this critical corner of the world. Subscribe for more.